Good morning, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to contribute in this Politics conference. Well, let me start by saying that by comparing reactive approaches with proactive approaches. And let's say that we all agree that on the fact that reactive approaches are failing both in public health and in our relationship with the environment. That is my focus and my main experience of work and of life. But why this? It's because we treat illnesses once they appear, and similarly for environment, we respond to floods, wildfires, pandemics, and any other extreme event after the damage is done. And this is always too late. So I think that the most important question is how do we make prevention the foundation rather than the afterthought? And how we do that in a world that we know it's complex and fast changing and deeply unequal. I thought about four main steps to address this as a proposal. We should start by reframing what we mean by health. So redefining what health is for our paradigms, in our different regions of the world where we live, every different context. And health is not only the absence of disease and not even just individual well-being, but is the ability of people, communities, and ecosystems to strive together now and also in the future. And I'm particularly keen on this because this is the essence of planetary health. So my work and my approach in public health. And this is an approach that really recognizes that the health of humans depends on the health on the planet and vice versa. And to study planetary health, to try to apply this approach, we use a so-called lens through which we can see clearly that many of our so-called health interventions are actually environmental interventions like clean air, access to nature, walkable cities, sustainable food systems. These are not side benefits, but they are really the front line of prevention. And we also need, as I said at the beginning, layered and proactive action. That means like imagining a city that wants to reduce respiratory illness and not investing in a reactive approach that would foresee more hospital beds and medications, but instead, first of all, for instance, phase out fossil fuels for public transportation, greening urban spaces, redesigning schoolyards with trees, gardens, and involve especially young people in planetary health education. And these all create benefits through which we can have better health, but also stronger communities, and lower emissions. And it's not idealism, but it's something that we can really do. We have already the solutions. Finally, the third step is investing in connectors and not just sectors. So investing in the connection between disciplines, between institutions, between people, because we need cross-sectoral governance, community-led initiatives, and participatory urban design, citizen science. All these examples really are connective tissue for our system, represented by people, but also by the platforms across silos to build real trust. And finally, my last suggestion is shifting the incentives. So let's be honest, our systems produce what they are designed to produce. And right now, most of our systems reward short-term fixes and GDP growth and not long-term health or planetary stability. So we really must shift incentives towards regenerative outcomes like long-term funding for prevention, metrics that capture social and ecological well-being, and policies that reward care over cure. So finally, let me leave with an inspirational thought that I was thinking about when I wrote this speech. And I believe that really, if we design for health, we get a better world. But if we continue designing only for efficiency, we get just the crisis management. And we have the knowledge, the tools, the networks to really start acting differently now and not in the future. But we have to prioritize health, or even better, planetary health, in all policies, in all systems, and in general for all life. Thank you.